JoeLumb movie review every Friday right here on this channel. This is a movie I intended to review prior to my crash out 2 months ago, but today I finally get to review Dangerous Minds, a 1995 drama that was directed by John N. Smith with a screenplay written by Ronald Bass based on a 1992 autobiography, My Posse Don't Do My Homework, by a retired U.S. Marine named Luann Johnson, who in 1989 took a teaching position at Carlmont High School in Belmont, California, where most of her students were African American and Latino teenagers from East Palo Alto, a racially segregated and economically deprived city. The film stars Michelle Pfeiffer as Luann Johnson. Dangerous Minds was one of the last films of producer Don Simpson. He would die in January of 1996 due to heart failure from cocaine overdose. The school at which Luann Johnson taught was considered as a filming location, but Burlingame High in Burlingame, California was used as the filming location for the outside scenes, and some indoor scenes were filmed at the neighboring San Mateo High School. Most of the filming was done at Warner's Hollywood Studios in Burbank, California. The amusement park scene was done in Santa Cruz, California at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer revealed in a 2024 interview with Deadline that the film faced significant challenges during post-production, beginning with a disastrous test screening. We did a preview, and I'm telling you, maybe 10 people were left in the audience. Following the poor reception, the filmmakers spent nearly a year reworking the movie, including changes in editing and tone. The major turning point was the inclusion of Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise, which became a #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 weeks after the film's release. That song not only anchored the movie thematically, but also became a cultural phenomenon, which was helpful to the movie's eventual success. Bruckheimer emphasized the importance of music in filmmaking, comparing its role in Dangerous Minds to that of What a Feeling did for Flashdance 12 years prior. A United States Navy and Marine Corps veteran, Luann Johnson, applies for a high school teaching job and is surprised and pleased to be offered a position with immediate effect, even though it's a low-paying job. She shows up the next day to begin teaching, but soon finds herself confronted with a classroom of tough teenagers, all from low-income working-class backgrounds involved in gang warfare and street crime. The students named her white bread due to her race and apparent lack of authority, to which Luann herself responds by returning to school the next day in a leather jacket and teaching them karate. The students slowly begin to show interest in such activities, but withdraw when she tries to teach the curriculum. Desperate to reach the students, Johnson devises a plan that teaches similar principles to the prescribed work, but using themes and language that appeal to the students. She also tries to motivate them all with an A grade under the condition that they are required to maintain it. Inspired by a conversation she had with her co-worker, Hal Griffith, Luann introduces them to poetry by first using the lyrics to Bob Dylan's Mr. Tambourine Man, teaching them symbolism and metaphor, and then levels up to Dylan Thomas's Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night. Soon, the students catch on and get rewarded. Her methods drew the attention of school authorities, George Grandy, the principal, and Carla Nichols, which I think is the superintendent, I'm not sure, who demanded that Luann remain within the curriculum. One student, Raul Sanchero, who is frequently involved in gang warfare and street crime, is encouraged by Luann to focus on paying a special visit to his family to congratulate him on his work and going to dinner with them as a way of instilling confidence and self-respect. Another student, Emilio Ramirez, who is Luann's most troublesome personal project, as he believes in a sense of personal honor that prevents him from asking for help. When Luann discovers that his life is in danger because of a grudge held by a released thug, she advises him to seek help from Principal Grandy. So he goes to visit him the next day, but the principal instantly dismisses him because he neglected to knock on the door before entering the office. Feeling rejected, Emilio leaves the school and got murdered by his rival. Heartbroken by her failed attempt to protect Emilio and angry that the school system is responsible for his death, Luann announces to the class her intention to leave the school at the end of the year. But the students break down, begging her not to leave. She then decides to stay after being overwhelmed by their unbridled display of emotion. Against a $23 million budget, Dangerous Minds came out in theaters on August 11th, 1995. Critical reviews were mixed, with some praising Pfeiffer's performance while criticizing the screenplay as contrived and filled with stereotypes. Nonetheless, the movie grossed $179.5 million at the box office. The overall rating for this film is a 5 out of 10. Listen, this movie is filled with stereotypes that undermine the story's intention. Janet Muslin of the New York Times called the film false and condescending. Kenneth Turan of the LA Times stated that Michelle Pfeiffer is a believable actress as the film allows her to be, but the movie trivializes subject matter. Dangerous Minds was nominated for 4 categories at the 1996 MTV Movie Awards, but Coolio had won a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance and 2 MTV Video Music Awards for Best Rap Video and Best Video from a Film for Gangsta's Paradise. That song and Michelle Pfeiffer's performance were the only good things about this film. For more movie reviews such as this, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.